If you're in sales, I want to ask you an honest question. When was the last time you booked a discovery call because you were genuinely excited to talk to a salesperson? I don't think that's ever happened to you in your entire life, actually. And yet, companies are still acting like the discovery call is some sacred step in the buying process. It's not. It's a meeting that people tolerate if they're desperate, stuck, or legally required. Buyers today want to figure things out on their own. They want clarity and not a calendar link. They want answers instead of agendas. And most of all, they want to avoid 30 minutes of awkward small talk before you finally tell them what your product actually does. So here's the truth. Content is the new discovery call. If you're doing things right, your best content should answer the same questions a prospect would normally bring to that first conversation. It should help them understand the problem more clearly, see what kinds of solutions exist, learn how your approach is different, and imagine themselves getting results. In other words, all the stuff you wish you could say on that first call, but often never get to because you're stuck talking through logistics and context and scheduling that next call with the sales engineer. And here's the best part. When content does that job for you, your actual discovery calls get much better. Because now, instead of asking, so what are you hoping to solve? Your rep is saying, since you read that breakdown on how X can impact Y, where are you seeing that show up in your org? Now you're starting with a deeper, higher value conversation right out of the gate. The buyer feels understood, the rep looks sharp and knowledgeable, and nobody's wasting time. So this is how smart sales teams are operating now. They're using content to pre-frame the conversation before it ever happens, equip the buyer to speak confidently to their team, and build trust without loading up calendars. Think of it like this. You've got a handful of moments to make an impression. You can either spend those moments scheduling a call and hoping it sticks, or you can spend those moments sending them a piece of content that hits immediately, explains everything, and makes the buyer want to keep talking. Now we're moving from enablement to communication. And let's not forget, there are buyers who never want to talk. They just lurk, they forward links, they check out your stuff on Reddit or Product Hunt, and keep their cameras off until the last possible moment. If your entire discovery strategy depends on getting those people to book a call, you're missing reality, man. Discovery is no longer an event. It's a process that begins way before a calendar invite. And that's why every smart sales org needs a library of content designed to handle the first 5 or 10 questions that a prospect is guaranteed to ask. It's not just sales decks and FAQs, but like real helpful content that actually answers questions that buyers are Googling, whispering to colleagues, or secretly typing into ChatGPT. All right, so let's break this down a little bit. What kind of content acts like a discovery call? So you can try, there's a whole bunch of options here. You can do a short video that explains your approach to a common challenge. You can offer a buyer's guide that maps your pain points or their pain points to your solutions. You can do a teardown of how your solution compares to the status quo or to the competition. Do competitive analysis. People love those breakdown tables. You know, your product does and their product does not. You can also do like a real world case study that shows someone winning. And this is how you move from let's chat to let's go. And the best part about all of it is you're creating consistency. Every buyer gets the same high quality intro experience without relying on a rep to be on every single time. Sales content that acts like a discovery call is how you scale trust. It's a must-have for modern, streamlined conversations. So yeah, the discovery call, of course it still has a place, but it's no longer the front door to your business. Content is the front door. All right, in the next episode, we're going to talk about how sales engineers can't carry every deal and why content helps every rep sound more credible, more technical, and more trusted right out of the gate.